welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Lisa Jane and in today's video I'm going to be choosing my June TBR. I'm hoping this position is okay for you. I can't believe we are in June, picking my June reads. I've had a really good reading year so far and I've picked up some new genres which I'm really pleased about, as I've wanted to branch out a little bit more rather than just the same old romance books. Not that there's anything wrong with reading romance, but I just wanted to try some different things. This month I am going to choose 8 books because my uni work is totally finished now till September time. So I think, you know, I'm going to give it a go. I'm not saying I'm going to read all 8, but we shall see. I have a new jar. I have new prompts. I bought some prompts off Etsy. I can't remember where they were from. And there was about 480 prompts, I think. So what I've done is I took the time to cut them all up. I split them up into about 4 or 5 bags. And then what I'm going to do is, this is bag number 1. So once we've used these prompts, we can move on to bag 2, bag 3, bag 4, bag 5. And it just ensures that I'm not using the same prompts over and over again. So I've also got stickers coming to decorate my jar, but they're not here yet. So I'm really gutted because I wanted to put them on ready for this video. However, without further ado, let's just get into it because we've got a lot of books to pick. So book number 1 is a dark romance. So I think for this one, I'm going to choose, I don't know if I've got a lot of dark romance. I'm not sure some of them, what they're actually about and whether they're considered dark romances, but I do know one that is. So that'll be the one I'm going to choose, and that is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I bought this series last year, I think. I can't remember when. And they are, although it's a series, they're not connected to each other, so you can read them in any order, but I would like to read Hooked first. I think it's a twist on, yeah, I think it's Wendy. And who else? I think it's like a twist on Peter Pan story. So yeah, that's going to be book number 1 for a dark romance. Book number 2 is, ooh, that's a good one. It's whether I've got any. A book with snakes on the cover. Now, the only book, none of these are going to have snakes on the cover that I'm aware of. Don't think Out of the Woods has. No, because you never know, you could find a snake in the woods depending on where you're living. So the only one I'm thinking, has this got a snake on it? Because I know the first one I think did. No, this one hasn't. I was relying on that one. So that one hasn't. I think I'm going to have to check the fantasy books. Rebel Witch is a moth, as we know. Let's check this new one. No, it's like the Gates of Hell and Fire. So, no, not that one. I might have to re-pull because I don't think I'm going to find one on this. No, there's no snakes on that. Nightweaver. No, I think I'm going to have to pull another prompt because we could be here all day. If you can see one that I've missed out, please let me know. But I do think that one isn't going to work for this time. I will make sure that this goes back in the jar though, because it could come in handy for another one. So let's pull another prompt for book 2. Book 2 is a 4-word title. So I think there's a few on here, to be fair. We've got the Baby Dragon Cafe, Out of the Woods, Good Girl, Bad Blood, and Nora Goes Off Script. I think that's it. But I think I'll choose from these anyway. I think that is it though. So we've got all these books. I'm not particularly in the mood for Nora Goes Off Script or Good Girl, Bad Blood, so I will put them back straight away, which makes it a little bit easier to choose. And actually, I think even out of these two, I know what I'm going to pick. This one looks really, really cozy, and I think possibly I'd want to read this more in the autumn time or the winter. It's about, well, a baby dragon cafe, and I think a romance is going to happen in it, and it's got dragons, so what's not to love? But I think for this one, I'm going to go with Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. I don't know a lot about this story. I think it's a couple who've been together a long, long time, and I don't know if they're rekindling their relationship and they go away, but I'm looking forward to it. And this is what I'm going to choose for a book with a 4-word title. It also feels more of a summer book. So yeah, that's book number 2. Book number 3 is a book with your least favourite colour on the cover. I would say my least favourite colour is green. So I'm not a big fan of green. I don't wear green. I would say that probably is my least favourite colour if I had to choose. So for that, we've got Nora Goes Off Script, which I've just said I'm not really fussed on reading. And we've also got Wicked by Gregory Maguire. So Nora Goes Off Script is by Annabelle Monaghan, just in case anybody wants to know. And obviously Wicked's by Gregory Maguire. I think out of these two, because they're the only options I have, this is more like a, I wouldn't say that's a green, I'd say that's more a minty colour. I would choose Wicked. So that's going to be the 3rd prompt for a book with your least favourite colour on the cover. I'm sorry if I've offended anybody and green's your favourite. However, it's just not mine. So book number 3 is Wicked. Book number 4 is Read a Book You Keep Hearing About. So I would say at the moment, a book I keep hearing about, and the reason why I bought it, is The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. All of these books, actually, I have this one as well, and I'm eager to read both. So I've heard so much about Spark of the Everflame, and I've heard so much about The Rose Bargain, so it's definitely between these two. Yes, so this is the one I'm going to choose for, I can't even remember the prompt now. Read a book you keep hearing about. So I'm going to choose Spark of the Everflame. Let's pop that one back for now. The next book I'm going to choose is an author's debut novel. Now, I'm not going to be able to do this one because I haven't got my iPad with me at the moment and I film on my phone. So I'm going to pop this one back for this time because I don't want to pick something and it's not their debut novel. I could guess, but that's not the idea. We're supposed to be doing it properly. So I'm going to pop this one back in the jar for next time. So let's pick another book for prompt 5. Prompt 5. a book with mythological creatures in it. So basically, we're looking at fantasy books, really, aren't we? We could do The Baby Dragon Cafe, because that's straight away got mythical creatures in it. I know I did say about not reading this in the summer. However, if that's the only choice we have, because I'm trying to see what else I've got. And without actually reading the books, it's sometimes hard to know. This one, let's have a quick look. This one does have in it demons. Are they mythical creatures? There are different... No, I'm not. I'm going to play it safe and say no for this one, because I don't want people coming at me saying that doesn't count. So I will choose for a book with mythological creatures in it, The Baby Dragon Cafe, for obviously the dragons. So book number 6. A book with a weapon on the cover. So that hasn't got weapons on the cover. That hasn't got weapons on the cover. That's got a dagger. And I think that's got... I don't know whether that's a weapon there on this Woven Kingdom. We'll keep it for now. No. I think that's going to be it, because these are all like romances. So I think we're going to be choosing between Night Weaver and this Woven Kingdom. This Woven Kingdom is by Tahira Mafi and Night Weaver is by R.M. Gray. This one is definitely a romantasy from what I can remember when I bought it in the shop, and it's a pirate romantasy if I'm right. So that one looks really good. Just says, for 17-year-old pirate Asta Oberon and her family, life at sea has been a refuge from night weavers, mystical beings with elemental powers that rule the land. But when the Oberons are finally defeated in an epic battle that shatters Asta's world, they are thrust into a new life to live among the very beings they hate. Handsome Nightweaver Will and his brooding brother Henry show Asta uncharacteristic mercy by offering the Oberons employment on their opulent estate. So I'm really intrigued by that one. I think, to be honest, I want to read this one over this Woven Kingdom at this moment in time. So we will choose the Night Weaver for book number 6. Book number 7. Read an author you keep hearing about. So an author, it's more the book I keep hearing about rather than the author. So obviously Chloe Walsh actually would be a good one, because she's constantly being spoken about because of these books. So Binding 13 is a good one. Emily Wilde's another one who's spoken about quite a lot. I've got her book Lovers. And Carissa Broadbent's an option as well, actually. But I think in all honesty, I am going to choose Binding 13. Binding 13. I'm going to read Keeping 13. I've recently read Binding 13. Absolutely loved it. I didn't think I was going to. I don't know what put me off for so long. I bought these. These were some of my very first books I bought when I got into reading last year in the springtime, and I still hadn't read them. it's took me like a whole year and I've just like flew through it. So I'm going to choose Keeping 13 for an author you keep hearing about, purely because of these books and how good they are. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last prompt. And there is one I would love to get on here, but it's just whether I can get it on or not. Read a book you will predict will be 5-star. So there's 2 that are going to stand out to me, and that is The Rebel Witch, because I loved The Crimson Moth, and The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. The only reason I think this is going to be 5-star is because so many people are giving it good reviews. I don't think I've heard any bad ones on it at the moment. However, I think I am going to choose The Rebel Witch, even though I would love to read this one. And you know what? I might end up reading it anyway. But I'm going to choose The Rebel Witch for a book I'm going to predict will be 5 stars, because The Crimson Moth, I just loved it. And I would like to finish this series or duology and, yeah, complete it so that it's another one knocked off the list. So that is all the books chosen for June. I will let you know how I'm getting on. I'm hoping, I haven't done many, I think I've done 1 reading vlog on this channel. But I'm hoping to do some more, and especially now I've got more time to do them. Now uni's finished. And hopefully I can include some of these books in the reading vlogs. I'm going to try and turn it round so that you can see all the books in the stack. So we've got The Rebel Witch by Kristin Cicerelli, Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh, The Baby Dragon Cafe, and I can't remember the author's name, I'm so sorry. We've got Night Weaver by R.M. Gray, Hooked by Emily McIntyre, Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young, Wicked by Gregory Maguire, and Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. So this is quite a stack of books to read. However, I am feeling optimistic and I am really enjoying, I've been enjoying reading for a long time, but I'm really enjoying it at the moment again. I think everybody goes through lulls where they'll read a lot and then they don't read as much. And I think at the minute I'm like reading quite a lot again. So thank you so much if you got to this part in the video. I always say comment something. So if you got to this part, comment a flame, the emoji flame, just to let me know that you got to the end. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.